Hey guys, Stones here. It's that time again. Sunday review of everything that I purchased at yard sales and garage sales over the weekend. This is from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Technically not from Thursday because I didn't find anything on Thursday, and not from Saturday because I had an electronics recycling event. So I sourced from the electronics recycling event. Didn't have a chance to go to yard sales and garage sales. So this is from Friday and today only, Friday and Sunday. I'm going to do a second video showing everything that I got at the electronics recycling event. At first, I thought I was going to be able to do everything in one video. And as I was setting up for this, as I was pulling everything out of my car, because I basically leave everything in my car until Sunday. And as I'm pulling it out and I'm taking inventory of what I got and remembered what I paid for it, and as I'm laying it out on the picnic table, I got notice, or I heard about a new garage sale, new yard sale, literally here in town, just down the road, that had just started today. So I rushed down there to take a quick look, and I'm glad that I did, because I ended up finding some great stuff for that just really made the end of the week really good. Let's put it that way. So again, this is everything just really from Friday and Sunday, because I didn't find anything on Thursday, and then Saturday I was at the electronics recycling event. So here goes nothing. Starting on Friday, I went to an estate sale, and I'm very familiar with this estate company. I've dealt with them in the past. I actually know one of the family members that actually owns it and runs it, goes to my gym. Typically, they're spot on their first day of the estate sale. They're spot on with their prices. Typically, you don't find anything with much wiggle room, let alone a lot of wiggle room for profit. So typically I don't even bother, but I couldn't find anything else going on at the time, and so I decided to do a quick look. This is a very small estate sale. It was a duplex, is that what it was, a duplex apartment. So there wasn't much in there, and I was about to leave empty-handed until I saw this. When I took a second look, I found this kind of in the corner, and as you can see here, they only had $20 on this. This is a lighthouse with Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Currently there's no active listings for this. The last two that have sold over the last year and a half, one sold in working condition, one sold in non-working condition. One a year ago, one a year and a half ago. The one in working condition sold for $130 plus shipping. The one in non-working condition only sold for $115 plus shipping. So not much difference between working and non-working, because I think people are going to use this as a decoration. That's the primary reason. So, and there's no active listings right now, so this thing's pretty rare. I paid $20 for it. I haven't tested to see if it works yet. There's a battery compartment. I'll do that in a bit here, but I still think, because of the rarity, because of the past sales, because there are no active listings, I'm going to aim for $150 regardless if it works or not. A couple other yard sales I went to. These were interesting. Paid 75 cents a piece. As you can see here, it says Halloween treats. It's funny. 40 fun toys for trick or treaters. It's by the Imperial Company. It's copyrighted 1993. Imperial was a big name for knickknacks, novelty items, that type of thing. I don't even know if they're around anymore. But this bag is just full with the type of things that you would find like in vending machines, like the little harmonicas, noisemakers, bouncy balls, even the little parachute men, kazoos. Nothing too crazy, you know. There's a magnet, horseshoes, that type of thing. But 40 little novelties in each bag. Vintage. I looked this up, couldn't find any evidence of anything of this existing in the last 3 years. Because of the novelty, because it's cool, I'm going to try to list these for $30 to $40 a bag. We'll see. I mean, there's no other ones out there. Not like there's anything crazy expensive or valuable in here, but just for the novelty and of the originality and the rarity. At that same garage sale, I spent $3 for this vintage Shakespeare fishing reel for $3. You can tell it's vintage because it has a Kmart price tag on it. And I'm thinking I can get about at least $30 for that, maybe $40. And then right across the street, I paid $5 for this flatware. I got it. It's all various different pieces. There's no complete sets or anything. I think there's more spoons than forks, very few knives, something like that. But I paid $5. I really only wanted to pay 2 or 3, but she said 5. But the reason why I got these is because they are branded and they're made in Japan. So made in China, bad. Made in USA, really good. Made in Japan, and if it's got a nice design on the handles, then that's always worth it as well. I'm learning more about this, and I've actually done really well on flatware this year, and I've picked up quite a bit. And then today, picked this up for $3 at a yard sale. I bought a lot of jewelry this year. I'm experimenting with jewelry. I'm learning about jewelry, and I actually started working on it on Friday because things were slow. And so I started slowly sorting through the jewelry that I bought. And one thing that I realized that it's very, very, very hard to photograph well, to make it look good. And when I saw this, I thought this would be the perfect thing to photograph jewelry with. You can string a bracelet or a necklace across the fingers. Of course, you can put rings on the fingers, and it just allows you to get better photographs of that jewelry. So this is really going to help out with that. Paid $3 for the set of books. These are my first steps to math, spelling, reading, a bunch of them. Paid $3 for this. It's an incomplete set. I looked up the comps on these. I can probably get, I'm guessing, around $50 to $60 for all the books. It's school time. It's also homeschool time. And parents who homeschool their kids look for this type of stuff for a good price, because homeschooling material is expensive. This was one yard sale. The PlayStation 2, the Bratz dolls, and the glove. I actually had a friend when I was at the recycling event. I kept on missing her calls because I don't have time to take calls. And she called to tell me about this PlayStation that she found at this yard sale and wanted to know if I was interested. She originally thought they only wanted $20. And I said, well, yeah, $20, I'll take it. And she said there was a bunch of games, controllers, and everything. And then when she went back to get it for me, she was told actually $50. So I told her, well, that's right on the border. I wasn't quite sure. Depended on the games, depended on the condition of the system. $50 could be okay, but I told her not to take the chance without me seeing everything. And so I went back to that sale. She told me where it was. I didn't see the system. I asked them, I said, were you guys the ones that had a PlayStation 2 yesterday? And she said, yeah. I said, well, you sold it. And she goes, oh, no, we forgot to bring it back out. So she brought it back out. So there's 12 games between Black Label and Red Label. Decent titles, not the craziest titles, but decent titles. Original controller, third-party controller, all the cables. There's even a memory card with it. The condition of the games were mint, so that made me feel like the person took care of the system, and it's pretty clean. It's not even dusty. So $50, I thought that was a good price. I'm going to get more than $50 just for the games alone, maybe more like $100 for the games alone. So to me, the system was a freebie, and I think it's going to work. Looks really good. Bratz dolls, always pick those up for a good price. She only wanted $3 for the lot of them. And you can lot them up and get, you know, easily $5 to $10 a piece. And I've already got a bunch more. Be careful, the feet do come off. The shoes are their feet. So when you remove the shoes, they have no feet. But they had some extra feet, extra shoes, however you want to call it. And then I picked up this mitt for an additional $2. So I paid $60 total for everything. $50 for the game system, $3 for the dolls, $2 for the mitt. I didn't look up this mitt. But it's called Yak Pro Soft Yak. So I don't know if this is yak leather, and maybe that's a more expensive glove. I don't know. I've done well with gloves. I've done okay with gloves, so that was a good price. And then today, when I thought it was all over, and I thought I was done for the weekend, and I was going to record this video, got this notice about this last minute yard sale. I've been there last year. There was a video, if you watch, I bought a large Terminator 2 banner from the theater. Like one that they would hang out on the outside of the theater, like 6 foot long, 8 foot long, however long it was. Paid $20 for that thing, and I ended up selling it for $250. So I guess the story with this guy is he does demolition. And then sometimes he's hired to clean out the house before they demolish it. And so he gets a lot of stuff and he brings it home and he doesn't know what to do with it. He has these yard sales and these garage sales. So I picked up all this stuff for $100 total, which is probably the most that I've spent at any given yard sale or garage sale this year, let alone in a day. I think I've had a few days where just over $100, but one yard sale or garage sale for $100, that's pretty crazy. So what I picked up first, this Scotch tape, recording tape, nothing special. It was sealed. It was a throw-in. 15 bucks on that, if something like that. We'll get back to the PS4. Saw the Sega system. It was in a bag with the. It was just the system and the controllers. Now it's pretty roached. It's pretty dirty. Not sure if it works. The controllers actually have a second part that's missing, and I didn't really pay attention to that. But I spent $10 for the Dreamcast for the bag, which I think is cool, and the stack of average games. I think there's 5 games there. Easily one of the games is going to be worth 10 bucks, so that's completely worth it for 10 bucks. Found the PS3. He actually pulled that out, and he said, I have other video game stuff. He actually also had like Rock Band drum set for the Xbox and some other things, Xbox 360 and Xbox 360 controller. I wasn't interested in paying for any of that since I get most of that for free. PS4, I've never had one before. I've had opportunities to buy them before, not that many. Gold edition, he wanted $30 for it. I wasn't too sure, I was on the fence. He had his son plug it up, and it does work. There is a piece that's kind of funky on the side here. It works without that. I don't know what that is. Probably $100 for this gold edition. Limited edition, kind of scratched up, but I'm thinking $100 since it works. This was actually my first purchase. This whole big duffel bag was filled with these Daytona, Sturgis, Harley Davidson beer, limited edition beer. There's 6 packs from 1995, 1999, 1996, 1989, and then I've got a whole bunch of single cans in that bag. There's ones from 1991, 1987, 1990, 1994, so a bunch of 1990s and a 1987. A bunch of single cans, probably another 20 single cans in that bag. $15 for all of it, including the bag. The bag alone, the Marlboro bag, is going to be worth 15 bucks. These sell for a collector. I've seen individual cans selling for $10, $15, 4 individual cans selling for like 60. I don't know what a 6-pack's going to sell for. I have to do the research. I could easily see, a few $100s in all these easily. Maybe I'll put together a set of multiple single cans with different years, who knows. But 15 bucks, these will clean up really well. They're really dusty, but again, the bag's going to pay for everything alone. But when I was emptying the bag, I found this little emblem. I guess this is an emblem for a King's scooter. It's an Italian scooter, and I guess this emblem is worth about 60 bucks. And it looks like it's a factory one, brand new, sealed, so maybe I can even get more for it. That was hidden in the bag. And then the last item that I found was this Goodyear Zeppelin airship dock memento. I guess it was made from, there's a Zeppelin that crashed, and this is made from the material from that Zeppelin. I looked it up. I couldn't find any comps on it. Now, the guy had already looked it up, and he knew how much it was worth. He saw a sold comp for $250 on this item, and I finally found it, and he's right, $250. He said, I need at least $50 for this. Well, I knew what I was getting for everything else. I was willing to pay the $50 for this. If I can get the $250 for it, $300, great. But really, everything has, this is a freebie. Everything's paying for everything, right? The beer alone is going to be triple my money on the $100. I'm going to get $100 for the PlayStation, easily. I'll get $100 for the Dreamcast, easily. So, weekend ended up being a winner. Ended up being a lot better than I expected, and this doesn't even include all the stuff that I got from the recycling event. So that's going to be part 2. Probably tomorrow. I'll record that, lay everything out, and show you what I got in that video. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and take care.